Hello, and welcome to a quick tutorial for Whiskey2D. Let's start by making a new project. Go to the File menu, and click on File, then New, and Project. I'm going to call this project Sample 2. The first thing to do in a new project is to make a new level. Right-click on any of the folders in the left pane and click on New Level. Doesn't matter what you call it, I will call mine Main. If you double-click on the level, it will open up and you'll see all the properties on the right-hand side. Here you can change anything from the color to the visual shader effects. Let's change the color from this weird yellow to a nice green. You can move the camera around by pressing on the left mouse button and holding and dragging. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. The first thing to do now is to create a new type. Right-click on any of the folders and click on New Type. I'll make a type called Wall. When you double-click on Wall, you'll open up the generated code for Wall, as well as the properties associated with it. Here you can change the default values of all the different properties. First, I'll make the default size of a wall 100 by 100 pixels large, and the default color of a wall a light blue. When you go back into the level, you can click and drag Wall into your level, and it will appear. You can move it around by clicking and dragging, and you can scale as well. You can also rotate by holding down Control and pressing R to rotate clockwise and E to rotate counterclockwise. You can run the level by pressing the green play button. You'll see a loading bar in the bottom corner. To make our level more interesting, I'll add another type called Ball. I'll double-click on Ball to open up its generated code. The first thing I'll do is add a property by clicking the Add Property button. A new property has been made. I'll change its name to Velocity and change its type to Vector. The default value of the vector will be 0. Now I'll go back into my world and drag in a ball. I forgot to change the size, so I can always just zoom in, select it, and increase the size. When I click on it, all of its properties will be visible. You'll see that now it has a velocity property because I added it in its type. I'll change the default value of this velocity to be 20. Now it's time to add a script to control behavior in our world. Right-click on any of the folders on the left and click New Script. You must pick what kind of type the script will work for. This is going to be a script for ball. I'll call it Ball Movement. In Ball Movement, we've made a script that works especially for balls. The main function will be to move the ball according to its velocity. GOB position plus equal GOB velocity. Save. When I go back to my world, I have to add the script to this ball. When I click on it, I can either drag the script in, or I can click on the Add and Remove Scripts. I can see what scripts are already in the instance and what scripts are available. Now when I run the game, the ball will move to the right. If I wanted to add collision so that the ball bounces off this object, I can do that like this. In the ball movement script, I'll ask for all of the collisions associated with this ball and the type called Wall. I'll call those the wall collisions. You can fetch those by asking the GOB for its current collisions with the type of wall. This will give you a set of collisions with walls. You can iterate through all of these collisions with a for each statement. For each collision with a wall, I'll call this C inside of the wall collisions collection. We'll run whatever this code happens to be. For this code, we want to transform the velocity of the ball so that it reflects off the wall that it hit. Every collision has data including the normal of the collision and the minimum translation vector of the collision, as well as the object that it collided. So, To transform the ball's velocity, we can say GOB velocity equals GOB velocity reflect. And then the axis that we'll reflect off of is the normal of this collision, which is C dot normal. Now, when I run the game again, the ball will move to the right, but when it hits the wall, it will bounce off. That's all for this quick tutorial. Thanks for watching.